because it's like, okay, we're just gonna. That's why they changed it from the one to the unlimited one. And when I was at Temple, we had guys that hit the grad transfers. I'm all for that. We had Kenny Yeboah who went to Ole Miss, and he's the most yards by a tight end ever against Nick Saban. Quincy Roger went to Miami. All these guys that really, really succeeded, but they did it and they're like, okay, I want to go play big time football now, college football, and go win a national championship and compete with the best. And I'm so really, really good, and I'm totally fine with that. But you're seeing more kids now that are jumping ship or are, what are we teaching these kids that when it gets hard, just quit? If walk on Hassan Reddick, or Dion Dawkins didn't go to Temple and didn't stay there for 4 years, or maybe they transferred, or Khalil Mack transferred from Buffalo, are those guys the same players in the NFL where they became first round picks, in the NFL and have, the best players maybe to play each of their, um, all stars in the NFL? I don't know, because I think you're seeing a lot of these kids that are leaving group of fives that go to these power schools and they're sitting the bench because
Yeah.
and they're really hurting their draft stock. They're hurting so many of their future in my mind. And you see it every day with a lot of these kids that are, and I think it's really, really sad in the and being an 18, 19-year-old kid, you don't make the best decisions. And I'm not trying to say
Mhm.
kids, you shouldn't have it, but you're still an 18, 19-year-old is still a kid. And I think a great example is that movie Drumline. When he's going and the other uh, coach is like showing him the drum, but the other guy's trying to teach him how to read music because he doesn't know how to read music, and he's like, "This is how you do it," and the other guy's showing him all this showy stuff, and it's like that's almost like leaving the group of five to go to Minnesota or Michigan. And a great example would be the running back at Ohio that left for Minnesota, and now he's back at Ohio. Big shout out to Bangor with the big kick return, and he didn't play at Minnesota, and now he's back at Ohio. Um, and they promised him all this stuff at Minnesota, and he never touched the field. I think he had like 20 carries in his whole year, and he led
Yeah.
the rushing
Mm.
in the MAC.
Yeah,
And
like
that
they
happens.
dangle the bag in front of these guys and just like tell them, "Oh, hey, look, here's all this money." And then as soon as they step on campus, they're like, "Oh, guess what? You're practicing over there with the third stringers. Good luck working your way up." And basically they're just trying to,
You
secure
don't,
depth and everything.
but today I think a lot of people don't realize you don't practice. You don't like. I have so many parents now that tell me like, well, our kid, they say go in and he effed up, he's out, and they don't teach it, they don't develop. There is no development. It's like the NFL now, where it's like their job is to go out there and win. They're putting the best players together and best team together that they can to go win, because if not, coach ain't going to be there. Why are you putting your time into something when the kid can just leave? Why are you developing people? It's not, I always say this and people say I'm crazy. Put a whole team of portal guys together and take 10 to 12 freshmen, because maybe those kids will be better than the portal guys right now. But that's not your job. Your job is to put the best team you can right now on that field. And why am I going to put time into someone that's just going to leave?
Well,
Unless he
would
turns
you
out. Go ahead. Sorry.